Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everybody in between and all over the world, it is my distinct pleasure to welcome you here to the semi-final of UK Nationals / European Ultimate Championship Regionals West as we see the Scottish stalwarts Alba coming out on offence against the Dublin Dynamos that are fight their way into it. McNeil, they've worked their way down to the front of the end zone. They are working very hard, and that time it bounces out of the hands of Andrew Warnock. With the Ranelagh D-line offense. He gets it back to Darry McNulty. McNulty, who was a huge player for the Irish under-20 team in 2019, and that looks like a Callahan reaching back from behind the play.
No one really wants to give away a Callahan this early in the game, and they've given it.
That is an absolutely huge play. As you can see here, McNulty was going to try and read Peters, lead him out of the end zone, but it wasn't about to happen. Waiting for it at the hands of Tyg Deavy. He's searching, he stretches, that one's just a little bit too far ahead of Corcoran.
This game.
So here comes Nugent. Feely tries to jump across and get involved, but he can't get there quite in time. So that's Tate launching it, it's floating, it's all the way to the end zone and collected for the score! Ernest Doyle down the line, and once again it's in the hands of Peters. Peters sees Feely, gets the push pass, huge bid coming up empty, as there they shoot it to the end zone and well taken in.
We are a group of ultimate players, coaches and video enthusiasts. We've worked with the major federations and the greatest events.
We're on a mission to make Ultimate huge. We want our videos and live streams to be free to watch.
We want to make stories that not only reach you,
but also reach people outside the Ultimate community.
Like and subscribe, ULTI.TV, the best in the world.
Become a member and fund our work
to cover more events in the future and to bring more stories and live coverage to the eyes of the Ultimate world and beyond.
Sees it, gets it to Webb. Webb now in the middle of the pitch. Again, these are unders that they are being forced into, so nothing too impressive. There goes the big shot to the end zone. They've got the biggest Ranelagh man to beat, but Chris Habgood does it and then some. Brilliant body position. Leading pass gets back to Feely. He's got such an array of throws, and Rogers just keeps moving. There is pressure all over the pitch. Tate couldn't get there in time. Rogers now looking for breaks, looking for anything. This stall count's got to be getting high. He's forced to go for a difficult flick inside, and that is great suffocating pressure from the Scots. Terry, he's got options. He takes one back into the middle of the pitch, and that will continue to quickly flow. Nugent looking, he shoots to the end zone. It's floaty, and Terry collects, and Terry has been all over the place for Alba. So thing to see, Nugent sending that down, and once again they center it to Feely, middle of the pitch. He looks for Rogers. Now they've set the side stack and they shoot to Doyle in the end zone, and that just might be textbook.
Again, we were talking to their captain before about not necessarily going deep shot first time. Oh, that was money.
Dick, and just again still on this sideline, but it's working for them. So Boxall, and again the step in front, there's the poach across from Liam, and that's a beautiful break by Boxall to reset it back into the middle. And waiting for it back in across again. There's the quick shot. As soon as they get pinned on one side, Stainsby, they swing it all over and shoot it across to get it to him. Goes back around. And Rogers tries to throw it through. It goes through about 4 different players' vision before winding up in the hands of Alba. Terry doesn't want it down the line initially. Instead takes Nugent on the second axing, and Alba are looking very comfortable, very in control. Nugent opens one up. It arcs all the way over the top and into the waiting hands of Stewart downfield, so they're forced to just keep recycling these up the lines. But hey, they're working, and then when you've got someone like Ross Nugent getting onto the end of it and just leaning back, still looking, and sometimes their policy of leaving him on an island and relying on the breaks just isn't so great. There's the huge shot all the way downfield to Sam Murphy. He got an acres of space. I'm not even sure I'd call that a hawk, as there's the quick pop into the uprushing Doyle for the score. Alba can address the problems that Ranelagh are going to try and incite in their offense. That is a beautiful break by Boxall. Gets it across to Dick. Dick with the big flick all the way down the field, and apparently with ease as Cameron Mackey picks up the score to make it 7 inside to Rogers waiting. And he's going to give it to Doyle. Rogers again makes the move. There's a huge hand block, absolutely denied. Andrew Cleary slams the door shut in Luke Doyle's face. And here Alba come with a chance to break to take half. It's a daunting prospect. Cleary wants a double happiness. He puts it. There's plenty of float. There's lots of bodies underneath, but there's one man coming down with the disc, and it's David Stedman.
Everything you need to do around the pitch to make it as easy as possible for you to score.
And right now Alba are making it difficult for Ranelagh to score, taking advantage of the opportunities expertly, and just popping it in as once again the music rises in time with Stedman, who just climbed a ladder. Recognizing and assigning matchups as we see another huge flick pull coming out of the Nuge, as that might just land inbounds and rolls back to Corcoran, and they've managed to get down. Tang racing down to shut down the options on Feely. Really well done, and there's pressure immediately. They're going to have to go for something, and it does not work. Seems like Alba know what to do with it as Nugent goes. Great pressure from Doyle, stops that pass getting through. Now Corcoran rushes to pick it up. No fear, gets it down the line. Into the hands of Tyke Deavy. Tyke Deavy unloads, searching for Sam Murphy. He's floated it. He's going to find him in acres of space. And there Sam pops it to Doyle. Doyle with another uprushing score, and they bring it back to 8-4. They take it to Warnock. Warnock back to Boxall. Boxall's got Warnock. This time he takes the swing immediately. No real movement downfield from Alba. Bit of stagnation. Heavy defensive pressure. Huge grab, and that is no one else but Agnew, and he pops it into Boxall for the score. We know Alba want to be a second half team. They want to go cruising. Deep shot momentarily available to Deavy. They don't get it. There's the hesitation, and it's just all going Pete Tong for Ranelagh right now. Well, Nugent, he's just been so impressive all game long for this Alba side. That's Stuart Jinks. Got a score in the first half. He looks to get an assist now, and he does, throwing it into the running figure of, I think that was Joel around. Peters again on the opposite side. He has Murphy. Murphy's just sprinting across this pitch non-stop. He looks to float it past. Brilliant read by Deavy to recognize the space behind the Alba defense and get the score.
You can't really afford.
So there was brilliant isolation to be set up there as Boxall was trying to get it, but there's the mistake. Joel comes in to steal it, so it was Boxall trying to connect with it. Neither do I. That one's almost over the top, but Murphy gets up big and takes it back down. This is just some quick resetting. There's the throw through to McNulty. Great work by him to see the space in the middle of the pitch when they're clamping on either side of the stack. There's the break, and the young man finds the big player, Tyke Bogan, Kerry for the score. The first option. Boxall loves throwing to him, you can understand why, and there's a lovely little dish inside. Boxall on the uprush, a casual one almost, and that backhand of his is deadly and delicate. There's the shot to the end zone. Chasing it down is the form of Andrew Warnock, and yep, I'd say that one scabbed over pretty quick. It's not just him, there's several other players. There's exactly what I'm talking about though.
Not a huge window to be throwing into, but puts that perfectly. Could have spent another 5 seconds watching that if he wanted to.
Sam Micklin, one of the rising stars of this team. Sam Murphy goes deep. He had the separation. They're not looking to force anything right now. Corcoran, another inside break, and it's just out there. It's floating. It's spinning. He gets it somehow. Ferdy Rogers playing Superman to try and pierce a hole in the Alba defense. They've been great in front of the end zone, and that one's just a slight overthrow. Just enough time for Rogers to collect as Alba waste no time themselves. They're looking to launch it deep. They've got two receivers. It looks slightly too far. And that just comes from them understanding intimately what Ranelagh are trying to do. As there we see the big lefty backhand opened up and perfectly into the path of Micklin pass, but instead he just goes to Rogers, middle of the pitch. Rogers searching, we know he loves a good break, and there's the give go, and Feely putting Fraser Park on skates. Immediate option in front of him. Instead he gets it to Agnew, turns down one captain in offer of another. Big bid over the top, but it's not enough, and there comes the shot to the end zone. Agnew's going to chase it down, milk it for all it's worth. I think is just the ticket. Here's another look. That was the quick pop. Big pressure coming in from Shane Keenan, but not quite enough in time, and there the step through. Alba are so good at these leading pass backhands. Gets it back to Corcoran, and then to Feely again. So they're looking to set it up. Deavy is gone, and that's so nicely weighted. You can hear a couple of moans come from the crowd.
Dick on the end of both of those big yard gainers for Alba.
They're just so good at breaking. It's so difficult to stop. Once again, we see Webb and Habgood working together. Dick has just been lethal on that far sideline, finding the space, and there's the quick pop through to Boxall for the score.
It is vital, and it's one of the key differences between these two teams so far today.
And Feely goes, launches it deep. Sam Murphy once again, he's chasing it down underneath it. Terry's there. Sam Murphy has to put that one up again. Deavy takes it down perfectly and comfortably, if we're honest with ourselves. So 13-9.
Slow to set.
Alba are trying to isolate two players downfield and then just overload the zone wherever they can. Just create a man advantage. There's the huge shot. Boxall finds an acre of space. Agnew, he's going to once again milk this. I don't know how that coverage got blown, but fields the pull. And that's no mean feat. It's an incredibly daunting task to do. Down the line, Nugent just chasing after Rogers. Rogers is able to pop it across and gets it. Oh, and that one bounces off the hands of Doyle. It was just a difficult tight angle for Murphy to find him in. For a moment it looked like the disc was going to go back. This is good clamp down defense. Well recycled by Alba, middle of the pitch, searching for options. They get it across, and Simpson is just throwing himself around all over the pitch. He's been huge to this D-line offense throughout this point. He looks to arc it, and that could be game! Taken in on the opposite end for the score, and Alba book a place in the final.
Professional manner. I think Ranelagh struggled to tackle them in the first half of the game, and when they got a little bit closer, Alba weren't giving it away. Second half, they still looked strong, their offense still looked very good, and their defense was still making it really, really difficult for Ranelagh, especially the first 10 seconds when a disc comes in.
So, big score, putting it away. Huge congratulations to Kieran Delaney and the rest of the Alba squad. Really impressive performance by the Scots. You can hear the pipes playing.
ULTI.TV.